Hey guys, so this is just going to be a really brief squat tutorial. You're going to be looking for a couple different things. Your feet placement, obviously. I'm going to be showing you guys something called torque, which is basically how to better engage the lower half of your body. Your knee positioning, how deep your hips are going, the arch of your spine, or in other words, your chest staying upright. And then basically just how to anchor your shoulders down and back while you're squatting as well. There's going to be another video after this where I'm also probably going to be going a little bit more in depth on how to create torque in your feet as well as bracing your core better as well. So this is kind of going to be a short little bit of kind of a three-part series. But let's get to it. Alrighty, so what I'm going to have you do real quick, Kira, just go ahead and find your hand placement. So hand placement isn't crazy important. You just don't want to go terribly wide and you don't want to go terribly narrow either. You'll kind of feel it out based on this next part. So obviously if you have long hair, go ahead and swoop it out to the side. And when you go under the bar, you're looking for one specific spot. When you're finding this this spot, obviously you want to be centered. So sometimes, boom. So right now you can't see it, but she's got her shoulder blades pulled together and it's centered up with this. And then also that is right on top of her rear delt. So it's not up on her traps. You want to have it right over the rear delt. So that's the back of her shoulders. And when you're lifting off, you want to get your feet even and push up at the same time. All right, so when you walk out, you're going to take 3 steps. And obviously there will be a little bit of a shuffle to really find where you feel even. One other thing that you want to focus on when you're up in this position is you want to pull downward and squeeze the shoulder blades back. So there's a ton of tension right here. That's what's going to make sure that the lats are engaged and basically just the upper back is engaged as much as possible so that you've got a nice solid squat. All right, guys, so there's a few different things that will determine the width of your stance when you squat. As well as your toe positioning, whether it's going to be more narrow or if it's going to be toes pointed really wide. And, wider toes is generally going to be a little bit easier. And then, of course, you can do a really narrow stance, which is a little more common in like sometimes bodybuilding. And if you're a little bit shorter, a bit more narrow is common, or really wide, which can be more common if you're taller or if you are a powerlifter, which Kira is actually both. Go ahead and, yeah, there you go back to regular stance. But basically that can depend on your goals, your sport, but ultimately your mobility. So if we've been working together for a little bit, we've probably talked about this. And if you're watching this video at this point, it's because you're at a point where I feel pretty comfortable about you getting into back squatting. All right, go ahead and step out, Kira. So there's her 1, 2, 3, and then a little bit of a shuffle to find a good stance. Go ahead and squat. So you'll notice her hips are going below parallel. She's locking her glutes at the top. Her feet are staying planted. And I'm going to come around from this angle. Go ahead. And her chest is staying high. Actually, one more thing as well that I'm going to show you guys. Going to be her knee positioning. So go ahead. Notice her knees are staying wide while she squats as well. Anyway, guys, so I hope that helps out. Just a quick little recap. You're looking to make sure that your heels are staying flat when you're squatting. You don't want to be up on your toes. Pushing through your heels is going to be what makes sure that your glutes and hamstrings are actually engaged properly. And of course, you want to make sure that the core stays tight and your chest stays up. So I hope that helps, guys. If you've got any questions, feel free to reach out and message me. And if you haven't seen the video on creating torque in your hands and feet during your lifts and how to brace your core as well, make sure to check those out. I'll link those in the comments, or rather in the details at the bottom. And I guess until next time, this is Andrew with Pride Movement Fitness. See you guys later.